The No Fate channel, checking in with a very special video for all of you wrench heads, gear heads, whatever you want to call it. We are going to be reviewing my main man Pete's Ford Sport Trac, and in case you can't tell, it's not stock. Now, if this is your first time to the channel, do me a massive favor. It's my birthday. Send me a birthday present by giving this video a like and hitting that subscribe button. I'm just a dad of two, trying to be a great parent to my kids and still accomplish my own personal goals. I just cover stuff that comes across my desk, like supplements, home gym equipment, dad life, and this beautiful truck. I have been a fan of this truck before he went hog wild and ratcheted this thing way up. So he's gonna go through it, but if you're a longtime subscriber, you know this face. He's been in a few videos. He pops in from time to time. Peter, take it away.
All right. Hello, No Fate community. Happy to be here. I'm also a dad of two, and this was a project that I wanted to get done before my second one came around. And I've had this truck for about 15 years, and I've been collecting parts on it to do what I did here for about 3 years. And then we went ham wild before my daughter was born. And this is what we got going on here. It's a Ford Explorer Sport Trac 2001. It's got 225,000 miles on it, original drivetrain. Everything in the drivetrain is stock, except for the suspension here.
I once caught a fish this big. Now, this isn't the normal suspension. What kind of a tire is this?
This is your Toyo MT Open Country, really great on-road. This truck spends most of its time on the road, or at least that was the plan when I built it. They are very quiet on the road, and they go off-road no problem. So you drive to the trail and enjoy yourself, and you're not slipping everywhere.
Did you do this yourself?
So I bought the axles off of some Jeep guy who failed his project. You know, that's a lot of times when you're trying to do these projects on a budget, you take your time. You can find a lot of these parts that people just failed their projects, and you buy them used. So that's what I do in most of my builds. So this axle was already together. These wheels were brand new, bought brand new. They're 37-inch tires. This is a front axle out of a 72 Bronco that was completely rebuilt. It's got the worn hubs that you can unlock and lock. And that's for gas mileage. If you if the front axle isn't engaged while you're driving, you know, you're using less energy to move the truck around. So we have 14-inch Fox shocks here, coilovers with Ibach springs, which is a really cool setup. It's a 3-link suspension, and we'll bring you around to the front to check it out. But you know, relocated reservoir. This is all fabricated place to install this, because Ford doesn't even have shocks up front. They're like torsion bars, which is a different type of suspension. So we got the straps here too for your big articulation going over rocks, which I don't know if you can get in here, John, later, but this is to stop your axle from going too far when you're really articulating over some big rocks.
And here's the undercarriage, and we didn't even buy at dinner. Pete, take it away.
All right, y'all, this is where the magic happens. This is a Dana 44 axle out of that old Bronco I was telling you about from the 70s. And this is your 3-link setup right here. This was all custom built by Ratchets Off-Road here in New Hampshire. And they did, you know, all the fab work here. They did a great job. I'm sorry, it's a little rusty and dirty. She needs a bath, but we're doing all right.
Hey, you got to drive it dirty or put it away wet. I don't know what's the saying.
Right.
But
It gets very well used, and it loves the trails around here in New England. But you know, this is just the first stage of the modifications. And you can see it is a lot of work here. If you want to dive into a project like this, you either have to be an extremely skilled welder, very ambitious with time on your hands, or find an awesome shop to help you out, which is what I did. All right, so we have 2 custom drive shafts, front and back, from Adams Drive Shaft. They're awesome drive shafts, no issues at all, and you know, been fully articulated. And then get a shot of this. This is more the custom fab for the 3-link setup. I got to give a shout out to Brady Erickson over in Canada at Sportsman Like Truck. He built something like this, and I fell in love with his build. but he bent these a little bit so his wheels don't rub, and I think he's running 35s. I just deal with it and rub when I'm lock to lock, and it's fine. It's one of my trademarks of a build, the wheels rub. This is custom rot right here. This is gonna get fixed. We'll put rock sliders there over the winter. Looking forward to that project as well.
Now, Peter, I don't know. I don't think your wife's around. Do you have a price point on what you've put into this thing?
Yikes. Over the years, I mean, I've had it for 15 years, and I've replaced the transmission twice before even this build. But this build, if you were to call a shop, it would probably be, with all the labor and buying the parts, I think he'd price it around $20,000. But if you're like me and you're searching Craigslist and you're looking for all the parts, I mean, I did it for a lot less than that. I mean, the axle built normally would be $3,500 to $5,000. What I have in there, which has Revolution lockers, and I have Yukon in the back. It's got a sleeve inside of it. It's got the knuckle over the steering. And I think I paid on Craigslist, I don't know, like $1,000 for all that stuff. So that's how the savings add. It takes time, and you got to be lucky, but that's how you do it. You start stockpiling parts, and then you actually have to follow through with the project come hell or high water.
Now, the thing I like about this truck, other than it's so damn cool, is the fact that he uses it all the time. So where have you taken this thing once this thing got lifted?
I love going. So here's the funny thing. This thing is way overbuilt for what I do. The guys at Ratchets were super cool to help me out, but they love rock crawling, and they weren't going to let this leave the shop unless it could hit some of the best trails in New England. I haven't gone there yet. I've done the most sanctioned trails I've done have been at Team O'Neill Rally School with Chris. That was super cool. If you're new to this and you want to take your kids out, that's where you should go learn and check it out. But I love going camping with it up in all the logging roads. And just having fun. I throw my canoe on the back. We can send some shots of that and load it up with guys and gear, and we just go have fun in the woods.
And I'll link in the description Ratchets Off-Road if you're interested and you want to just check them out. Clearly, they've helped Peter, and Peter's been happy with their services.
Happy with them.
I've got no association with them other than this thing is awesome, and I have offered to take this off his hands a number of times, all of which have been turned down. All right, Peter has some junk in the trunk. So this is his trunk, and clearly life imitating his car, I guess. What is going on here with this Jeep?
This is going to be a Jeep build for my daughter, who is 2. It's going to be her Christmas gift. We'll probably soup up the voltage, paint it pink as she wants, and that's pretty much it. Do some cleaning up and make it drivable again.
Dad of the year. My son, if he's lucky, he's going to get a knuckle sandwich or maybe a Hertz donut. I don't want him to see this video because then he's going to be like, where's mine? This guy is a good dad. Me, mediocre at best. Yeah. So hopefully you found today's video informative. One of the great things I really love about this car is, again, Peter gets it out and he gets it dirty. He uses it, and he's got plans over the course of the summer and of course of the winter to just get this thing into places we really shouldn't be going with the vehicle, but clearly this thing can take it. Peter, before we end today's video and ask people to subscribe, do you want to add anything to today's video?
I would like to add, if you have a project in mind with your kids or for yourself, just go for it. The community of car builders or truck builders are really cool people. Brady up in Canada was answering my emails when I started this, and I was pretty ignorant on everything, and he was cool about it. He was just answering emails, and then we took it from there, and I appreciate that. And that's how it's been with all sorts of different scenes in the community. So go for it. That's the lesson today. Just go for it.
Go for it. That's how the channel is in terms of our motto on this channel is never save anything for the trip back. If you were thinking on taking on a project, whether it's for your minivan like me or your pickup truck, don't hesitate. The time is now. Dive in head first to the shallow end, and hey, you're gonna make mistakes, and that's okay. That's part of the learning process. Right. If you do want to see more videos like this one, which tend to be a bit different than my normal videos, hey, comment below and I will go out of my way to try to do more videos and maybe try to tag along on Pete's next field trip with this bad boy. If you came this far in the video, give it a like and hit that subscribe button. Check out all the links in the description on stuff that we talked about. And as usual, thanks for watching, and don't save anything for the trip back.